The voice actors who make up the cast of Breath of the Wild have been featured in a variety of anime and television series. They're also a very attractive bunch, brimming with actorly charisma and warmth. Elizabeth Maxwell voices the imposing Gerudo champion Urbosa, as well as Riju, the young queen of the Gerudo people.
Yet another traveler. How did you get in here?
In real life, Maxwell isn't nearly so intimidating as her tall, warlike counterpart, but she is beautiful and accomplished. Maxwell has a long list of credits, including regular roles on massively popular animated shows like Fruits Basket, Ruby, and Attack on Titan. In the video game world, Maxwell has appeared in Genshin Impact, Astral Chain, and Fire Emblem Heroes, to name a few. Maxwell also has a fondness for pets and her fellow humans. She once tweeted, "I literally have never met a dog I didn't immediately love and think was perfect in every way. Doesn't matter the shape, size, breed, color, they are all the goodest of boys and girls. And I know I'm not the only one. I wish we could all treat people that way too." Maxwell's sentiment extends to her activism work. She's spoken out in support of the LGBTQ+ community and strives to be a good person in the face of an ever-changing world. One likes to think that Urbosa might feel the same about others, even if she'd likely be a little sterner about showing that affection. Edward Louis French certainly looks like he could voice Revali. The actor has appeared in various period pieces, like Anna Karenina, and has even appeared in Tom Hooper's Les Miserables as a dancer at the musical's Infamous Wedding. According to IMDb, French made some uncredited contributions to the role of Revali in Breath of the Wild, although French has suggested that the voice lines he recorded may not have made the final version of the game. Whatever the case, French's previous credits have made him an actor to keep an eye on. French made his stage debut in New York during the 2019 Tony Awards ceremony, which he described as a dream come true. In 2020, during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, French frequently spoke out in support of partners that wanted to attend and participate in their children's birth. As a new father himself, French understood the precautions being taken during the pandemic, but felt that every woman should be able to have someone there to support her during one of the most difficult times in her life. While his participation in Breath of the Wild might be clouded in mystery, French certainly looks the part of handsome, playful champion. Patricia Summersett is beautiful. She has an actress's charm and a brilliant smile, and she also happens to share many traits with the character she voices in Breath of the Wild. Summersett is the voice of Princess Zelda in-game, bringing an adventurous edge to the iconic character.
Should Ganon ever show itself again, we'll be well positioned to defend ourselves.
While Summersett has appeared in a variety of films and television shows, Zelda may be one of her most recognizable roles, and for good reason. Breath of the Wild is one of the few Zelda titles to include voice acting, meaning that for many players, Summersett is the Princess Zelda. Fans wanted voice acting in Breath of the Wild, and they got it. Summersett seems to love being the voice of Zelda. She's posted about the role frequently on her Twitter account, even sporting a Zelda-themed Blood Moon t-shirt in a candid selfie. Whether it's repping her princess or interacting with fans, Summersett shows that she loves being part of the Zelda franchise. Summersett is also a musician, and a new album from the Summersett band is coming out before the end of 2021. While she's made music in the past, this will be Summersett's first full-length project of this scale. If you play video games, then chances are good you've heard Sean Chiplock's voice, even if you didn't know it at the time. The prolific voice actor got his start in video games way back in 2003 when he shared his talents in MapleStory. Since then, Chiplock has voiced a variety of familiar characters in both anime and games, including Real Velt in Hunter x Hunter, Dante Mogro in Mobile Suit Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans, and Eyelashes in One Punch Man. Additionally, he's voiced both Noob Saibot and Karin in Mortal Kombat 11, as well as Kai in Guilty Gear Strive. In Breath of the Wild, he voices two very different characters, the arrogant Revali and the grandfatherly Deku tree.
It's you. You finally decided to return. Better late than never.
If his experience in the world of video game voice acting wasn't enough to solidify his cred as a gamer, Chiplock also frequently tweets about the games he's enjoying, providing detailed reviews to his fans. For example, he gave a shout-out to the indie game Monster Sanctuary on the Nintendo Switch, calling it one of the most impressive games he's played in a while. He advocates for celebrating his fellow voice actors and rejoicing in each other's successes, which isn't always a given in such a competitive industry. Amelia Gotham has worked on a handful of movies and television shows, but she flexes her acting muscles as the adorable champion Mipha in Breath of the Wild. While Mipha might be cute and gentle, she also packs a powerful gift of healing magic. Gotham herself looks just as charming and beautiful as the character she portrays, and seems kind to boot.
Always getting yourself hurt at every turn. Every time I would heal you.
In an interview with Behind the Legends, Gotham explained that she started acting at the Lake Tahoe Shakespeare Festival when she was 16. When she found out that people could actually make money from acting, her fate was sealed. Gotham said that when she was pursuing acting jobs in Los Angeles, she felt frustrated with how casting directors wanted to typecast her. She said, "I was always like the pretty girl number 2, but with voice acting, you can be anybody." Voice acting opened up a world of possibilities for Gotham, and in Mipha, she portrayed qualities of beauty and strength. Gotham said that voice acting is often unpredictable, and that talent never really knows what they're going to get after they audition. Gotham originally read for the role of Princess Zelda, but ended up being cast as Mipha instead.
It has been quite a long time, Link. I am much older now, but you remember me, don't you?
Like many of the names on this list, Andi Gibson can be heard in a variety of TV shows, films, and video games. She's typically cast as motherly characters, and she's particularly skilled at giving personality to some of the raspier characters in the gaming world. She does just that in Breath of the Wild as Impa, the kind old Sheikah woman that helps Link uncover the secrets of the Sheikah Slate. A few years after Breath of the Wild was released, Gibson reprised her role as Impa, albeit a much younger version of the character in Hyrule Warriors. Gibson shares her beautiful personality in many short videos posted to Twitter, demonstrating her love of makeup and singing. Gibson also uses her Twitter account to tease and excite Breath of the Wild fans about what's to come. She recently asked, "What's the consensus on Breath of the Wild 2? Do we think Impa will make an appearance?" Even though Gibson may already know the answer to this question, she asked her fans anyway, refusing to provide more context. While she's likely barred by Nintendo from discussing the particulars of Impa's presence or lack of presence in Breath of the Wild 2, her willingness to engage with the game's fanbase shows that she's invested in the game's success and wants gamers to stay engaged with the content. Since it has fully voiced characters and has been released in multiple regions, Breath of the Wild naturally has several different language tracks. Understandably, each language has an almost entirely different cast, specially selected to help international players have a complete game experience. The German version of Breath of the Wild features a prolific German actor, Thomas Schmuckert as the Goron champion Daruk. Unlike most of the casts of Breath of the Wild, the game seems to be one of Schmuckert's only video game roles. However, he's still done a good bit of voiceover work, dubbing television shows like Sonic Boom and Dragon Ball Z Super for German audiences. Remarkably, his turn as Daruk is one of Schmuckert's most well-known roles at this point, introducing him to an entirely different demographic than his usual roles attract. Through Schmuckert's brooding charm, which is conveyed perfectly through his voice, players can certainly see how Daruk is supposed to be handsome and fierce, the perfect example of Goron's strength. In Breath of the Wild, Purah is an ancient scientist in a child's body, but her maturity doesn't stop her from keeping the sense of wonder most often found in younger Hylians. In many ways, Kate Higgins is also full of wonder. She's voiced a variety of iconic characters, like Sailor Mercury in various incarnations of Sailor Moon, Sakura in Naruto, and Barbie in Barbie Life in the Dreamhouse. It's safe to say that Higgins played a huge role in many gamers' childhoods, or at least their favorite series during their childhoods. Higgins got her start at an early age, when she voiced Angelica in the Lupin III English dub, but she's continued to consistently work in voice acting since then, making an entire career out of using her voice. Higgins often expresses surprise at her achievements, like her inclusion in Naruto. She celebrated the long-loved series by tweeting a picture of her in a pink wig to mimic her character Sakura, and expressing her excitement and disbelief over the franchise's 20th anniversary. Higgins reprised her role as Purah in Hyrule Warriors. In Hyrule Warriors, Purah is young again, lively but somewhat older than she appears in Breath of the Wild.
Oh yeah! Check it!
James Mortellaro has done extensive work in the sound design industry, serving as a voice director for a multitude of video games, including Hitman, Horizon Zero Dawn, and Devil May Cry 5. He also worked as a voiceover director for Breath of the Wild, but fans of the game will recognize him as someone completely different. That's right, Mortellaro voices fan favorite Prince Sidon.
Pardon the entrance, but you're a Hylian, aren't you? I was hoping perhaps you'd have a moment to talk.
Prince Sidon is Mipha's brother, and he helps Link on his quest to tame the 4 divine beasts and save Hyrule. The Red Prince is popular both in the game and outside of it. In Breath of the Wild, a certain group of Zora follow the prince's every move, while out of game the character has inspired fan art and not-so-official fan club merch. Mortellaro clearly loves being part of the Zelda series, and has posted contests on his social media, giving away merchandise and encouraging fans in the voice of the prince himself. Kengo Takanashi is one of the few actors that provide the voice acting for a single character across all language tracks in Breath of the Wild. As Link, Takanashi doesn't have much to say, but each grunt and shout provides a way for gamers to better understand the mysterious character. Takanashi has appeared in a smattering of Final Fantasy video games, and also voiced Nelson in King of Fighters 14. However, fans of Japanese pop culture might know him best from his work in the long-running Kamen Rider franchise. Takanashi's IMDb shows that he will reprise the role of Link in Breath of the Wild 2, just as he did for Hyrule Warriors and its sequel. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more SVG videos about your favorite games are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.